And as you see, look at the streets. Miss Anna Adams right here, we've had it on the agenda for City Hall and council meeting and everything else. This is part of what we call incompetency by the City of Jackson administration. Look at this street. I let her explain it to herself. Go ahead, man.
Good morning.
Go to the microphone. Go to the microphone.
Good morning. We're asking for a little help. Governor, mayor, city councilman, we're only asking you to do your job. Do what we vote you in for. I'm a Georgetown. I'm from this area. Yes, I just bought this house back in September, trying to fix up the neighborhood. As you can see, my driveway coming in, all the potholes, all the activities going on in here. But also our water issue, our lights. We have seniors here in Georgetown area, just like Eastover, Fondren have seniors. They have water issues. But my problem is our water issue, our lights being, I say, second best to Fondren and Eastover. We have seniors here. We have a senior right across the street from me. He needs water. I need water. I have patients that have in-home care on machines, just like probably Eastover or Fondren. But don't just take care of one part of Jackson. Take care of us all. The bickering between governors, mayors, city council needs to stop. Do what we vote you in for. All of us are replaceable. We just ask for a little help here in Georgetown. Yes, I grew up here. I went to Lanier. I went to Enos. I went to Mary C. Jones School. This is home for me. All we ask is just a little help.
All right, here we go. You say that? All right, let me make sure everybody got quiet. Everybody good? Again, we're going to take any question that you have, as long as you have it.
About this house and
I'm going to read it.
I already put 10,000 in.
Great. If you ready, we ready? Oh, I'm sorry. What's that though? We have a young man across the street that's disabled. No water to drink, can't flush his toilets. Rookie mistakes of the mayor have proven costly to the city of Jackson, especially children, elderly, disabled, and businesses. My question to the citizens of the city of Jackson is this: did you become mayor when the mayor became mayor? I'm asking you that question because the mayor stated that when he become mayor, you become mayor. Now I'm gonna take any question that you have. I receive calls daily, people trying to reach the mayor's office, and they cannot. They call in my office. He said that when he become mayor, you become mayor, which is not true. He said that, and I didn't hear the whole thing, that's why I take your questions, that he wanted to see me at City Hall. Former Mayor Frank Melton started a situation where Robert Walker would run the city. He was out in the neighborhood. I'm out in these neighborhoods. With crime high in Jackson a few months ago, the U.S. Attorney. We were able to get the U.S. Attorney to come into Jackson, to Georgetown, meet with us. U.S. Attorney was present, some of you were there. Sheriff's Office was present, some of you were there. Police Department was present, some of you were there. But who was not present? The mayor of the city of Jackson. He was not there. Even want to talk about the high murders that we have. Last year around, about 130 people called me concerned and complaining. Out of over 100 murders, how many murders did the mayor team go to? 0. 0. With all the murders in the city of Jackson. Even this year, with the high number of murders that we have, how many did the mayor go to? 0. 0. Now, Mr. Mayor, you got to do your job. You got to do your job. Now, let me correct something, and I know we won't have a lot of time. The mayor only been to my house one time. One time. And that was many years ago. He does not have a green light to come to Kenneth Stokes' house. And he knows that. He know he cannot come to Kenneth Stokes' house. All this about, I got to go to his house. Ask him how many times he been to my house. And when was the last time? How many years ago was that? Ask him when the last time I accepted his phone call. Ask him. He'll tell you. No, I don't accept his phone calls. Because he's a liar. We call him in my circles, lying Lumumba. That's what we call him. And you do not sit and talk and play with a liar. I want to get to the issue because I don't want to lose this issue. The issue is senior citizens in this city without water. They couldn't even have water to flush toilets. You wouldn't want that for your mother, any of your loved ones. This mayor had an opportunity to do something, and he did not. This man had an opportunity to get tankers in these neighborhoods. And I think it's important. Tankers, why? A lot of these people, older people, they needed water to flush their toilets. They had to take the bottle of water they had to drink to try to flush their toilets. If the tankers were out, they're out now. City Council voted Monday. We have a tanker over in across from Walton School on Bailey Avenue. It should have been there at least a week ago. And I say that because if we had tankers, then we could have got water to the older people. And I want you to go talk to this gentleman here. Ask him how he flush his toilet. Their house smell like boo-boo. Raw boo-boo. They really don't want people to come into their home. The issue of tanker is not an act of God. Let me say that, because they're trying to merge the cold weather and ice to tankers. Tankers could have been on the streets in Jackson long before the bad weather got here. They had a businessman who had 2 tankers. Councilman Banks got one of them. Tried to get the city to pay the city through the mayor, said, I don't like him. How petty can you be? I don't like somebody, so I'm not gonna use the tanker. That way the citizens, the older people especially, can't have water to flush their toilets. So Councilman Banks at that point was reaching out to get others to pay for it. At that point, the city said, well, we're gonna pay for it. 1 tanker. But I see it's 2 out now. One is at what's the high school? Callaway. One is at Forest Hill. Now that's the tanker that this man owned that the mayor didn't like. And we got one on Lanier Avenue. Now that's the tankers. That's the issue. They were incompetent. They should have had these tankers out in these neighborhoods. All this nonsense, but I've been talking to Birmingham, Alabama. Show me the tanker from Birmingham here. I've been talking all over the South. Show me the tankers all over the South. That's why we call him lying Lumumba, because he'll tell a lie in a minute. The governor don't want to do nothing. The governor said, we done gave over 100,000 bottles of water. Do you think they told the council that? Huh? I got to go to the issue of soft on crime before I take your questions. I say that the mayor's soft on crime. And I told you about the U.S. Attorney. I told you about the sheriff, chief of police. When they come to me, the mayor don't come. We had the sheriff a few weeks ago where we trying to get him some money to put some more deputies on the street. Sheriff's there, his command staff. Who wasn't there? The mayor. The mayor of the city was not there. And people died on these streets. My question is the mayor soft on crime because of his relationship with dope boys and a relationship with dope? I say it again. Is the mayor soft on crime because of his relationship with dope boys or his relationship with dope? I take any questions you have.
Mr. Stokes.
Yes, sir.
Are you suggesting that the mayor is involved in drug distribution or the mayor is doing drugs? Do you have any evidence to back up that statement?
I'm suggesting this, as I just read. I'm saying there's a relationship.
What does that mean?
You can look up the word relationship. It's a relationship. Let me explain that, because I want you to hear.
You're leveling an allegation against the mayor.
I'm saying that there's a relationship between dope boy and the mayor.
Do you have any evidence to back that up?
And I'm saying this. People in criminal justice, people in law enforcement, they know about it and others know about it. And I'm saying it. And some of you know about it. And y'all done heard about it.
Do you have any evidence that you can show us that the mayor is somehow involved with drugs? Or
I'm saying that the mayor has a relationship with a dope boy. Now, I said it over and over. I said it same way. I'm going to keep saying it the way I said it. Now, you ask him whether or not he has a relationship with a dope boy.
Councilman Stokes, yesterday the mayor was critical of, I guess, your performance. He says you don't come to meetings, you don't come to special meetings, you've missed out on votes, and some votes, he says, you simply vote the opposite way just to go against his administration.
Well, let me say it this way. All meetings of the council are record. So you can check my record. Now, I would compare my first 4 years with this rookie mayor for attendance. Now, he'll say those things. As he get older, he might get sick. I picked up bail pause and I told everybody about it. I've been doing the meetings by phone, and I vote by phone. But as you get older, some of you might get sick. But it's not an important vote that I'm not a part of. I have introduced more legislation than any council member in the history of this city. I have had more legislation passed than any mayor and any council member in this city. Now, if he's saying that he didn't see me at a meeting, then why haven't we seen him in these neighborhoods? He's not come to neighborhood meetings. Y'all out there with me. When I'm at neighborhood meetings, is he there? Hell no.
Well, you just said you won't answer his phone call. Y'all don't talk.
So why don't
y'all
you answer the mayor's
communicate?
phone calls?
Oh, let me get her first, then I'll come to you. We pass out the same notices that I gave you about the water. So everybody know when we have our meetings. We fax them out to all of y'all. All the media get warned. Everybody say the hall get warned. So it's not that he don't know about meetings. He just not coming.
Is he welcome?
We never tell anybody they can't come to a meeting. Never in the history of this city have they come to a Ward 3 meeting we said, you can't come here. In all means of public. Does he want to come? But he the same one said what? When I become mayor, you become mayor. No community meetings, not at any community meetings. We had a U.S. attorney, he's not there. We had a sheriff, he's not there. Chief of police is there. Command staff is there. No mayor.
Councilman Stokes.
Yes, sir.
There's 7 wards in the city. Do you honestly expect the mayor to attend every community meeting? Wouldn't it make more sense if you guys met at a neutral ground like City Hall?
Well, that's the thing about being here as long as I've been here. I've seen all of the mayors. And one thing about the mayors, they come to meetings. Harvey Johnson came. Frank Melton came. Kane Ditto came. Dale Danks came. And let me say this, because he could come if he wanted to come. Don't you know that if this city still had a white mayor, no water, old people being treated like dogs, people be marching in the streets. How do you justify senior citizens not having water to drink or water to flush their toilets when you could have been had tankers? You got tankers out here now? You could have been had tankers out here. Incompetence. And let me say this, because I'm going to take your questions. I'm too old to run. I'm too fat to run. Now, all this bullying he trying, don't try me. I'm not threatening anybody. I'm just saying I'm too old to run, I'm too fat to run. So all this bullying, tell me one thing that I said that was wrong, that the mayor said I gave misinformation. Just tell me one thing. That's why I did this today for all of you. Tell me one thing that I said was wrong. I showed you the people who have no water. I showed you the people who can't flush toilets. They not a thing I imagine. These are human beings. Yes, I think you will.
Yeah, Councilman, just given the overall situation with the city's infrastructure and the problems we've had in the past with winter weather, what precisely would you advise the mayor to do outside of bringing in an additional tanker?
I would try to, I think some people call them contractors. Get some contractors in here. That's what they used to do. Some contract. Let's fix this. People sick and tired of waking up with no water. That ain't right. Let's fix it. Contractors. That's what the other mayors used to do. They brought in contractors. They got it fixed. Last year we were talking about over there in South Jackson, the sub, they didn't have water. Last year in the city we didn't have water. We're gonna have this from now on? They got water in Clinton, Brandon, Richland. Why no water in Jackson? Incompetency. Yes, sir.
The governor suggested yesterday, perhaps lightheartedly, of a state takeover of the water system. Well, what do you think about the state taking over Jackson's water system and running it?
When you have incompetent people, those are some of the things you're going to hear. That's why you got to bring competent people to run your system. Then you don't hear that. You didn't hear no takeover when Kane Ditto was the mayor. Harvey Johnson was the mayor. That's why you got to surround yourself with competent people.
So what do you think about the idea of a state takeover?
I think it's something that I would not support right now. I think that what I would support right now, contractors coming in and they're fixing this. They told us at the meeting that we were going to have till the end of the week. It's supposed to be fixed. I still don't have water. I stayed from Tuesday to Sunday in a hotel that I got to pay for. Now, you know I'm old and sick now. I got to sit down a minute. I'll be right back. You think of your question.
No, I got it. You know people in front of them.
It's not helping us. It's not helping us at all. Just do your job. Just do, what we vote you in office.
You have to set it up as a phone automatically. I got that confirmed. So, man, so. I know, man. Good quote, but I don't know.
I'm ready for any question you got.
Well, the mayor did accuse you of taking credit for others' work.
Okay, well, I answered that with, that's why we call him Lanier Lumumba. Because if you say I took credit for somebody's work, name it, right? Let me say this, because you got records. Is it okay if I kind of sit down a little bit? Sit down and do this.
You want to sit somewhere more comfortable?
Well, no, I want to get her a chair, and then we can sit here and talk.
Sure.
Just, let me get her a chair. Thank you so much. As I was saying, I don't have to take credit for somebody else's work because I do my own work. Y'all cover me as long as I've been out here. I've been working hard. But all you had to do is ask Lanier Lumumba, what am I taking credit for? But let me give you an example of something he tried to take credit for that he did not do. Siemens. You know the mayor. Then we tried to get the mayor to sue Siemens forever. He wouldn't do it because he had friends in there. Who put on the agenda to sue Siemens? Kenneth Stokes. I even put on the agenda that we hire Gibbs Law Firm because they had won some money from Siemens. And that's when the mayor come up with who? These folks out of Birmingham. And gave them how much? $30 million. You didn't have, but they said in 1989 they gave $30 million to some lawyers out of Birmingham. And ain't it funny how this money now trickling back for his re-election? Oh, I'ma tell it now. Y'all don't want me to tell it? Tell them don't ask Kenneth Stokes. I'ma tell it. That's right. And the water system still not fixed. They still making people pay 2 water bills. They paying the bill they get every month, and they paying a bill that they made them to agree on. So if Siemens gave them $89 million, then why they got these citizens paying these other water bills? Unless it's some crooked somewhere. Oh, I'ma tell you, y'all know I'm telling the truth. Name one thing I've taken credit for that I didn't do. Not 2 things. Think about if these neighborhoods had the shafts out here while the mayor trying to block it. Think how safe it would be. Got a building right across down the street, end of the street. Dope boys got it. I ain't scared of dope boys. Open it up, the city administration letting them open it up. It ain't zoned for it. I done put it on the agenda. We done brought it up and it's still open. Right there on Carver Street, Carver and Ludlow. How dope boys have a green light over buildings in Georgetown in the black neighborhood, but they can't go in Bill Haven. They can't go in Fondren. Incompetence. Y'all know the chief of police ain't as bad as they trying to make him out to be. They sending them down. You saw the chief of police used to do his press conferences. Used to be out here. You can't even see the chief of police no more. I take any questions you have now.
Are you saying that you're one of the only competent people in any administration right now?
No, what I'm saying is that we wouldn't have the take of the one for Banks. So that can show you that he's competent. Council don't really have staff. Staff is with the mayor's office. And he got incompetent people around him. Well, let me read this, okay. Police Department, low morale. Now, this is the mayor's record, and we're talking about incompetence. Public Works Director Miller, gone. CAO Blaine, gone. Legal Department Director Howard, gone. Murders, crime, record breaking, streets. Look at here. Sewer complaints all over the city, raw sewage. All over the city. No interlocal agreement with Hines County Sheriff to help fight crime. Everything I'm saying is true. Y'all know it's true. Might not like how I'm saying it. Might not like the messenger, but it's true. Everything I'm saying is true. Don't you know if Kane Ditto was the mayor and you had people without being able to flush their toilets, no water, especially the older people, children, people be riding in the streets. I know he's a rookie mayor. I know that. But there's no excuse to be sorry. No excuse. Man, how y'all talk? I hope y'all go talk to this man and ask him right there in that blue house, you got water? How you flushing your toilet? Ask him. It's inhumane to treat human beings like this. I want to put a pin on where we started with. The tankers. The tankers should have been out, could have been out earlier. It's not an act of God. The same tankers you see out now, why were they not out earlier? Ask him. Don't let him give you a song and then I don't like Kenneth Stokes, and you love to hear that and you just let him go. Ask him why they weren't out earlier.
He said they were not available and they didn't have a place.
Talk to Socrates Garrett. Talk to him. I talked to him. They call him Lion Lumumba. What you think he gonna say? Ask Socrates Gary, was his tankers available? And couldn't he have them out? Ask him. Don't let the man lie to you and then you just say, okay, then I'm gonna take that as word back. If I say so, you're gonna check and double check, you supposed to. Check and double check what he say. Check and double check what he say. Any other questions? Again, I don't want to try to take credit for what Banks did. Banks was the one who came with those tankers. Banks came with the tankers. He came with the idea. He talked to them. They act like they didn't want to do it. Anything I missed, now I didn't watch the video, so I don't know what they said. Anything I missed that you want to ask me that was on the video, I want you to have as much time as you want to ask me anything you want to ask. Anything I missed, anything I need to clarify.
I guess ultimately this just kind of seems like y'all are going back and forth and people are just in the middle, still without water.
Oh no,
What's
it's not.
the plan going forward?
It's not in the middle because you have to do something. And I thank the people who have helped us because we taking water to people. We are taking water. We're gonna take water today to people. We're gonna bring him some water, but we want y'all to talk to him. Talk to him and let him tell you, no, I don't have any water. We took y'all station to these older people and they told y'all we don't have water. It's not like we making this up. They don't have water to drink. The tankers is the water we using to flush toilets. Houses smell like boo-boo. You know the joke is, Ken, I can't hold this boo-boo no more. That's the joke people saying in other cities around here. You know this don't supposed to be happening in Jackson, Mississippi. You're gonna have old people can't use the bathroom. If I use, I can't flush it. Well, what about the National Guard? Well, we ain't talking to them. We don't care who you talk to. Get tankers in here, get some water in here so people can get water to flush their toilets. People helped us get water that we can give to people to make sure they have something to drink. That's human beings. One man at the car wash across from the mall, from the Jackson Mall, I think he bought 100 cases and sat out there in front of that car wash. Go ask him and start giving out water. 100 cases. People are helping people. They're not making excuses. So we all supposed to sit back, hold hands, sing kumbaya while people suffering because of incompetency. My team done done a good job. Come at these people with no water, what a good job they're done. Y'all got water to drink. You still taking a bath. You flushing your toilet. Talk to the people who don't have water to drink. Can't flush their toilet. Don't know what a bath been like in a long time. You go without a bath for a week or more.
Councilman, what areas of the city have reliable water?
Now you know that better than me. I bet you Bearhaven got it.
I live in Bellhaven. I don't.
And you ain't got no water? Well, I talked to somebody in Bearhaven told me distinctively that they got water. So how, they skipped your house?
Well, apparently, I'm just
Okay,
telling
then,
you that.
well, then, check your neighbors in Bearhaven.
Well, you're saying Fondren has water, and I know people in Fondren that don't have water.
Check your neighbors. I tell you the hotel I stayed at, I know they had water.
I know West and South Jackson's water issues are part of the problem is they're far away from the water treatment plant. I was just wondering if you had specific information on areas of the city that have water.
Well, you can.
It seems like you're making a comparison between those areas and yours.
Well, you can check with the Public Works Director. You can check with East Oak, see if they got water. Right?
Yeah,
okay.
Checking with them.
But I want you to check with Bearhaven, because I bet you some people in Bearhaven got water.
Council, let me ask you this. The city council, as well as the mayor's office, has known about the poor infrastructure of the water system for years now. This mayor has been in office about 4 years. Is there any way that you can tell these reporters here, all this listening audience, what city council has done, or anybody has done to try to rectify this problem in the 4 years that the mayor has been in office?
Well, number one, you know, just to keep hearing that your infrastructure is bad, that's nonsense. If you look right there at Mill Street where they put the tanker, don't you see the water tanker there? They said that would cure. Right there, man. Y'all remember? Ain't there a water tank at Mill Street? Mill Street and Fortification. Ain't there a water tanker there? Yeah. They said that was going to cure. The city had done everything to cure this problem. But tell me this. They up in North Dakota with 56 below zero and they got water. So how in the world you going to tell me we can't have water in Jackson? Tell me that. Incompetency. And I keep saying that word. And Lionel Lumumba can say what he wants to say, but it don't change things.
Mr. Stokes, if you answered the mayor's calls, maybe you could help get this gentleman over here water and maybe help get these problems solved. But you're not speaking to the mayor. You're not taking his phone calls, so you're not part of the solution.
Let me say this, and I don't mean no harm or disrespect. Do you answer everybody who call you, especially ones you don't trust? No, you're not going to do it. But we have a mechanism where you can talk to some of my people who will get it to me. You might can't talk directly to the President of the United States, but you can talk to some people who will get it to him. I don't talk to the governor, but I can talk through people. Now, for me to sit up here and say, yes, I'm going to talk with the mayor, we tried that. And it did not work. Now, let me say this, and I mean no disrespect. The mayor cannot associate, now let me say it that way. The people he associates with need to be more credible. Everybody's not going to associate with people who associate with other people that's known to have attitude of conservative. Ain't gonna happen. I don't. If you're associating with, you're not gonna get out here and have a lie. Kenneth Stokes with da. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen because they ain't gonna be around. I ain't gonna be around. And don't think that I just stopped talking to him yesterday. Ben stopped talking to him. Ben stopped. I handle the council meeting, I do this and that, that's fine. That's why I was fit. But all this, you got to be above board. You can't be nilly-willy. Because people see it, and they're gonna talk about it.
Would you talk to his staff?
Well, I talk to different people. Yeah, I talk to different people. In general, you know, lines of communication ain't completely closed, but he can't come to my house. Let me ask you this. Can the head of the Ku Klux Klan come to Kenneth Stokes' house? Hell no. Everybody just can't come to my house. Yes, he did have the opportunity because of his daddy. I supported and helped him because I loved his daddy. Any other question?
Councilman Stokes.
Yes, sir.
We have a website that has every council member and board of supervisor member address, email address, and phone number. I have multiple people that have filed emails and phone calls to yourself and other council members long before this water crisis and no response. Can you answer that? Why you guys are not responding to this?
Yeah, I'd be glad to answer. You just saw, I just put in the car, I got a flip phone. Yeah, you think I'm ashamed to say it? I don't do emails. Yeah, I ain't just do an email for Joe Blow over here and then do one for you. I don't do emails, period. Everybody knows.
You have a clerk though, Councilman Stokes.
Well, the clerks, they gonna send any call come through. We get the mayor's office call. We get everybody else call. So you gonna tell me that your person you know call and the people in my office say, well, we ain't gonna let you talk to them? No, that ain't true, bro. We get people called. How you think I'm taking water all over Jackson? They not gonna discriminate. Say, well, you know, we ain't gonna take your call. Any other questions? Did I answer? Yes, sir.
I just wanted to
Take your time.
I just wanted to clarify the main issues you have related to this water crisis.
Same thing I said.
The tanker, of course.
Tanker should have been out earlier. They weren't out early because they were incompetent people. All this line Lumumba talking about, well, they weren't available. Talk to Socrates Gary to see if his tanker was available.
And you're also saying to hire more contractors.
Let's get this fixed. I asked at the meeting, I said, how we do we have contractors? No. Let's get it fixed. We tired, man, it's Wednesday. Still no water?
What's the power situation, outage situation over here?
We had it out, but we stayed on them, we got it back on. We was out of date. Now you with who now?
Sorry, Ledger.
What's your name?
Justin.
Oh man,
You see me in the at the meetings.
Look, y'all gonna go talk to this man?
Yes, sir, we are.
All right.
You
Hey.
said this house right here